to Lael with Lael by Mail. In this video, we're going to take it completed days 6 through 16 in my 2023 December daily mini book project. I have been using my my 2023 December documented mini book project kit as a base for this project. I still have some of those kits available, so I have linked to them in the description box of the video as well. Now, this is a continuation of a video that I had filmed a couple weeks back of completed days 1 through 5. So I've linked that in the description box of the video as well, if you would like to take a little peek at that. In addition, I have included one more link in the description box of the video that will take you to all of the December daily posts on my blog at laelbymail.com. That way, if you want to see any of the pages up close, you want a little bit more information on the different products I used, where I purchased those products, you can find that information there. All right, let's get going. So for the 6th, when I had finished the 1st through the 5th video, I had been talking about how I had kind of reused this page, page, I guess, front and back. Originally, this page was the 4th, and this one was the 5th, but the 4th was facing this side. I did something completely different for the 4th, but I still wanted to be able to use this. But in order to use it, I needed to cover up the holes because the holes were originally over here. So I took some more washi, covered up the holes along this side, and then decided to put, that same washi over here. And it really, it served as definitely, it was functional, but it also was nice because I really like how that red kind of brought a pop of color to this page. So what we have going on here is a set of French doors. I call these French doors because they hinge on the left and the right and open in the center. So in the center there you have a little bit of journaling about the 6th. The 6th, our bar cart, okay, the bar cart at our house. We downsized about 5.5 years ago, so I don't have as many areas to decorate for the holidays as I have had in the past. So the bar cart gets decorated. I have been kind of collecting little hats to put on the bottles on the bar cart over the last couple of years, so that was kind of fun. And it worked really well with my foundation page because my foundation page had good cheer, and then also a little Santa having a drink out of a thermos there. So whatever Santa's beverage of choice is. All right, so then we move on to the 7th. For the 7th, we have our I guess, grand kitty. This would be Reggie. Reggie is our son Sam's cat. Sam moved from one place to the other about 3 or 4 months ago, and one of his new roommates are allergic to cats. So Reggie has been staying with us for quite a while and will continue to stay with us, but we just love him. He's so fun. This little collar, kind of fun, we had for our last cat. And if you go back and look at my December daily from a couple of years ago, you would see that they both pretty much have that same expression on their face. Like, okay, I'm going to tolerate this about 30 more seconds and then I'm done. And that was definitely Reggie there. Over here on the right, I have a little craft bag that has a little kind of clear pocket right there, so that when I pull that out, it just kind of holds my my journaling and a couple more photos. So this is a paper from Ellie's studio that I cut down, and it was perfect to add a couple more photos and then my little journaling there. So you just tuck that right in, and I really love doing those kind of little peekaboo effects. You'll see quite a few of those throughout my December daily project. As we keep going, so the 8th, 9th, and 10th were pretty much all the same story. Let's see, the 8th, probably the 5th. The 5th, earlier in the week, my husband and I decided that we were going to go to Vegas for the weekend. We both travel quite a bit. I travel quite a bit for my business, and he travels quite a bit for his job. So we flew there using our miles. We used hotel points to stay. So really, our only expenses there were our food and beverages and entertainment. We had gone down because we wanted to see U2 in concert. So that's primarily why we went. So for the 8th, I'm just going to pull this out. For the 8th, I have 2 different kind of shaker pockets here. Up in the top, although it doesn't really shake, I separated a strand of gold string into like little single strands. So that's kind of a little decoration up in the pocket there. And then down below, there's that fun little shaker pocket with all those great little sequins in there. I used a fuse tool to fuse or melt the pockets together so things don't fall out. Over here, little mirror selfie in the hotel as we were going out one night. Did a little bit of journaling here, just kind of about the trip. And then we move really into the photos. So there's lots of photos here. I think I did 13 or 16 photos just for this kind of 3-day spread. So what you have here is an interactive pocket page. This is actually a 12 by 12 pocket page. I just cut off this top row of pockets right there. What you may not know is that there are only a few manufacturers in the world that manufacture the ring mechanisms or the binding mechanisms. So the hole placement is for any that have like 3 holes, right? You either have like an 8.5 by 11 or like a school, notebook, or you might have 12 by 12 that would have a 3rd hole up here. Hole placement in about 99% of those types of albums is in the same spot as your hole placement on your 6 by 8 albums that also have 2 holes or 2 rings. Does that make sense? So normally you'd have one more ring up here, and that's why the 12 by 12 pocket page would fit, because I just cut that part off. But that's what makes my 12 by 12 pocket page fit in this spread, or in this 6 by 8 album. And all I did was score it, and then it folds over. So here from the concert, now we definitely were not this close. I wish we were this close. We weren't. We saw U2 at the Sphere. And in that venue, they project much of the concert all the way up the walls to the top of the ball or the top of the Sphere. So in some cases, you can get some really good pictures, even though you may be really far away like we were. So here on the front of that interactive, a little foam sticker, a giant acrylic number from Color Cast Designs, and then I did some rub-ons on top of the pocket page. All right, as we open up, I had a number of verticals that I wanted to include. So I did that in 2 different ways. Here, this is a pocket page that holds your 4 by 6 vertical photos. So another kind of, we did a little selfie in the mirror of selfie in the window of the hotel room so you can see our reflection. And then that was taken from inside the Sphere. And then this one, I used a 4 by 6 photo flip. So basically there's sticky behind that little piece right there, and you can stick it right on top of your photo if you'd like, or a pocket page. So there we go. That's that little interactive. Another thing that we did that Saturday of the concert was the Venetian has a kind of interactive experience that anyone, you don't have to have a concert ticket, and it's free to go in. But we took some photos. We had a lot of fun doing that. So I took some photos inside that. And then these are some photos from the concert. And then some more photos from the concert. So if you ever have an opportunity to see a concert at the Sphere, I can't recommend it enough. It's amazing. So for the 10th, I did a little interactive element again. Started out with a 6 by 8 page, scored it, and then kind of decorated the front there. Punched a 2.5 inch circle punch, and then you have a little kind of peekaboo. So adhered that star die cut on top of this photo. So again, this is from that interactive experience the day of the concert, before we got, changed to go to dinner in the concert. But the little photo booth, you could take your photos and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. We had a ball. We had so much fun that weekend. Loved kind of being spontaneous like that. All right, so then we moved to the 11th. So on the 11th, I did a little to-do list. So I write lists for everything. Anything I need to do, I'm always writing a list just because it helps me kind of keep my head on straight. So I thought it'd be fun to include a to-do list, or it's kind of like a little time capsule, right? Time capsule for this particular point in time or this year. So do a little interactive element over there. And then here, use some of my Lail by Mail stamp sets. To-do list, that is from List Builder To Do. And then all those cute little icons here are from Mini Icons Holiday. So stamped the little icons, wrote my to-do list there, added a little gift tag, and then on the back side, continued, more things to do, more little icons and little die cut. So did a little bit more journaling here about just making lists and time capsules and so forth. On the edge here, this is one of my favorite things to do with washi in a pocket page, and that would be to put washi over kind of the margin where the holes are. Now, that can serve 2 purposes. It can serve to be very decorative, like it is here, like it is here. But also, if you have a pocket page that is different hole configuration than the album you're using, this is a great tip to just put washi on top of the margins and then punch your holes wherever you need them in order to match your ring configuration. So I did that the next couple of days. You can see that as well here too. On the 12th, I'm trying to get that glare out of here. Glare from my lights. I don't know. Yeah, it's just going to be there. So here for the 12th, I am telling the story of a special Christmas tree that I have. We have 2 Christmas trees. This one was gifted to me last year. It is a Christmas tree now that has a lot of squirrels on it. So squirrels are kind of my mascot. So the tree was gifted to me last year from a wonderful group of friends, ladies in Texas. And they mailed me a tree, which was so fun. And then they gave me a squirrel ornament last year. They have since given me another squirrel ornament this year. But it's really fun because I started collecting squirrel ornaments, and then a number of people have mailed me ornaments, either squirrel ornaments that they found or even squirrel ornaments that they have made. You can see this one a little bit. It's beautiful. It was hand embroidered, I believe what it's called. Anyhow, just fun, really fun kind of thing to have in my house. On the 13th, this is something that I usually do every couple of years in my December dailies. This is a little canvas or linen gift bag that I bought at the Target One Spot a couple of years ago. So it's nice and thick and has a lot of texture to it. I used liquid glue to adhere a chipboard number and then just punched holes right in that bag. And that bag becomes a fun little pocket to hold kind of my story for the day. As we look at this guy, what I've done here is I have printed 2 printables from In a Creative Bubble. They are, I love everything that Geraldine does in a Creative Bubble. And so I've used a number of her things in my December daily this year. So I thought this one was perfect for my story on the 13th. Remember December, slow down. My mom and I went to lunch together and then went to a bookstore. And I so basically took the whole afternoon off, which is not something I do often. So I adhered that on the back side to another printable. And these printables, I have told you the names of them in the blog for the 13th, if you want to know exactly which ones I used. So here, this was perfect because family time. And I said my mom and I got together for lunch and to go to a bookstore. So there's my journaling. And then I just printed a little film strip here, some photos from our day. And then that clips on to with that little paper clip. And in that little pocket, it goes. So that is the 13th. I'll just leave that out for now while I try to get that in. Over here, just kind of did a fun little decorating on that left side. All right, then we move to the 14th. So for the 14th, I had to figure out how to work with the back of this linen or canvas bag. So my photo for the 14th, I stapled. So I just stapled right there with a little Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And then I also stapled here. So I stapled that little sticker and then the sticker is on the photo. So everything is kind of held together right there. 14th is about decking the halls, or in this case, more like decking the craft room. I've never decorated my craft room for the holidays before, but this summer I had my room completely done. My business had very much changed during the pandemic. And so the things that I had set up really weren't working for me anymore as far as filming and doing the live streaming and so forth. So I had it completely redone and overhauled and had these 2 shelves now are on one of the walls in the room. There's a big furniture unit here, but it's just the perfect place to decorate. So that's kind of what I talked about here is, decorating those shelves. These are some of my past December daily albums. So there's actually, this is my 16th year doing the project. So they are all lined up on the shelf and it's been really fun this year to have them kind of displayed out in the open. I've never done that before. So it's kind of fun. For the 15th, was about our boys and their Christmas wish list. So this is something that if you looked back at my very first December daily, I have every year done something like this, included their lists. Back in the day, it was letters to Santa, and now it is text to mom. So talked a little bit about that. There is a pocket over here on this side, and then there are just screenshots of the texts that they sent me. I just print those out on cardstock and then used a star paper clip there to kind of hold them all together. So another little time capsule, right? So as I look back on the years and I see what their lists look like, used to be they were, you know, their little handwriting that you could barely read, and now they're text. But what's fun about that, when we talk about a time capsule, 10 years from now, I wonder what in the world they'll be, right? What will it be? Will they still be texting, or will texting even be a thing in 10 years? Like, will they just be like sending me there through like ESP, they'll be telling me, and then I'll have to figure out how to document that, right? All right, so wrapping up this video is the 16th. The 16th, which was this past Friday, we met some friends that we hadn't seen in a while and got together for a wonderful dinner. We just had the best time and wonderful conversation, a great meal. Over here, before we left, we did a little selfie in the bathroom mirror because I got to get pictures of me in this book somehow, right? Sometimes you got to do a bathroom selfie. So there we go. And then over here, a photo of everyone kind of cheersing at dinner. A little bit of journaling. And then here for the 16, I used my Christine Numbers large stamp sets. So one is a solid, which I stamped with Rustic Wilderness. And then the other is an outline, which I then came in after and stamped that outline with a black ink. So it's a really fun stamp set to work with. And I knew as soon as I kind of released that I wanted to for sure use those really large numbers in my December daily project. So there you have it, friends. That is days 6 through 16. So the last video that I do will be after the holidays. So it'll be closer to year end, where I will do a full flip through. So it'll be one last video, but it will be a full flip through of days 1 through 25. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.